Chairman, and to the panel. From what we've heard today, a vaccine still could be months away. And that parents have been saying to us that they don't want to send their children back to school without a vaccine. So knowing what you know now, would you send your children or grandchildren back to school? Yes or no? Each of the five.
I can say in the United Kingdom, I will be sending my children back to school in September, if the schools are open.
Okay.
Congressman, I can say that for myself, my wife and I are both physicians. Our local public school has asked us to answer that question, and I honestly don't know the answer yet, even for my 3 children. We're wrestling with the same challenges parents across the country are, trying to figure out the right thing to do.
So have you come to a conclusion?
No, sir, we're talking about that tonight at dinner. I don't know yet.
Just if you're confused, think about all across America. If they're following the guidelines, I hope that it's not perpetuating this problem if we follow the guidelines. So how about quickly the other people on the panel that maybe can step up and do what's right?
I can respond to that from my perspective. Had a conversation last night with a mother and 2 grandchildren in our family, and they're facing a situation where all 3 children, or the 2 children and the mother, are teaching in 3 different school districts. They may end up with different policies. So I think there's a great deal of local variability, and we need better science about the role of pediatrics, transmission in daycare schools and colleges.
Well, haven't the pediatrics, haven't the association already said they should be back in school? So I'm not gonna, I just want to get your input, because people are looking for you for leadership of what to do with the children, whether we're getting our schools open up. And if you're all waffling on this, given that the Pediatrics Association has already advocated. So let me go to the second question. Given that what we've learned, the difficulties that we've been dealing with China, will any of the ingredients in your vaccine formula come from China?
Maybe I
can start, Congressman McKinley. Thank you for the question. For Pfizer and BioNTech's potential COVID-19 vaccine, none of the materials, none of the drug substance will involve any part of the China supply chain. So we anticipate for our vaccine candidate that we'll have a supply chain within the Pfizer network dedicated to the United States, and the raw materials and drug substance likewise would be sourced within the United States. And in the case of glass and some other important parts of our supply chain, that would be sourced from Canada, Germany, and the United States. So no contribution from China.
I can answer it. This is a global pandemic, so as a company we want to resolve this pandemic globally, but we have kept our supply chains independent of each other. So for our US supply, all of the manufacturing will be done in the United States using either our own facilities or contract manufacturers in the United States.
Okay, let me go to the third question that I had. I was hoping it was going to be a yes or no that we would get through that other one, but on this last, already Chairman Pallone and DeGette have already brought up this irresponsible allegation that your companies might bring a drug to market before it's been sufficiently tested. Are your companies insulted by an accusation that you could bring a drug to market that's not safe or effective? Is that insulting? Each of the five of you, please.
I think people, thank you for the question. I think given the speed at which we're working, it's understandable that people may ask questions about whether anyone is cutting corners. I think what you're hearing from all of us is that despite the speed that we're working at, we're neither cutting corners and regulators are not lowering their standards. So I feel comfortable that if our vaccines are effective, they will be safe and effective, and that it'll be good to go in terms of then getting a regulatory approval.
Any others?
We are working around the clock to accelerate our development, but we're not cutting corners on safety. We believe that we will.
No, my question was, is that insulting that you could even be accused, if a company of your stature, that you could be accused of cutting corners?
Well, we
That's
stand by our science, and we will continue to develop safe and effective products as we always have.
Thank you. Thank you. Yield back. My time's expired.